Okay, so think about this. We live in a world that's just constantly throwing information at us, right? Notifications, news feeds, demands on our time.
Oh, absolutely. Nonstop.
And it feels like, to keep up, to stay informed,
Hmm.
you just have to take in more, read more, scroll more.
Consume, consume, consume. That's the default mode, it seems.
Exactly. But what if
Yeah.
the real key to actually being well-informed and really focused, maybe even finding some peace, wasn't about taking in more? What if it was about doing less?
It's a really counterintuitive idea, isn't it? Because we're sort of trained to think more input equals more understanding, more control.
Right.
But the sources we're looking at today suggest something different. That maybe the ultimate superpower in this age of overload is actually the ability to ignore things, strategically, of course.
Strategic ignoring. I like that.
Yeah, consciously choosing to let go of the noise, the stuff that's just unnecessary, the things that honestly don't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today, this powerful but maybe overlooked skill, how learning to ignore strategically can genuinely transform your life.
Mm.
And what's really cool is where we're getting these insights from. It's this blend of cutting-edge neuroscience.
Yeah, the brain science.
And really ancient wisdom,
Yeah.
specifically Zen Buddhism and its mindfulness practices.
It's a fascinating combination, seeing how these different fields arrive at similar conclusions.
Totally. So this deep dive is really for you if you've ever felt just swamped, overwhelmed by everything coming at you.
Or lost in that endless social media scroll, maybe.
Oh, definitely. Or just anxious about stuff that's way outside your control.
Right. So our mission today is really to show you how you can quiet your mind a bit, get your focus back.
Reclaim it.
Yeah, reclaim it. And find a deeper sense of freedom, actually, by embracing this idea of strategic ignoring.
Because often, like our sources suggest, it's not that you need more motivation.
You probably have plenty of that.
Right. You just need less distraction. And maybe you don't need to control every single thing.
Which is impossible anyway.
Huh. Yeah, true. You just need to learn how to let go.
So where do we start? Maybe with the brain science.
Yeah, let's dive into the neuroscience first.
Yeah.
Our brains are, they're incredible processing machines, right? Taking in data constantly.
Constantly, every second.
But here's the kicker, the kind of humbling part. Our brains get hit with something like 11 million bits of information every single second.
11 million. Just think about that sensory input. Sights, sounds, feelings.
Everything. But our conscious mind, the part we're actually aware of,
Yeah.
it can only handle a tiny, tiny fraction of that.
Like ridiculously small, only about 40 bits per second.
At 40. Out of 11 million, that's amazing.
And, the crucial point here is that this isn't a flaw in the system. It's not a bug.
It's a feature.
Exactly. It's an essential feature. Our brains have to filter massively just to function. So this thing we call ignoring, it isn't passive. It's not just missing out.
It's active.
It's the very essence of focus, how we navigate reality. Your ability to choose, consciously or unconsciously, what gets your attention and what gets filtered out. Well, that fundamentally shapes your experience of the world.
So you're basically curating your reality second by second.
You are. You're an active participant, not just a receiver.
Which leads to that powerful idea from the sources. Your focus is your reality.
Mm-hmm. It really lands when you think about it.
Yeah, imagine walking down a busy street. If you're only focusing on the litter, the noise, the chaos, that is your reality of that street.
Definitely feels unpleasant.
But if you deliberately shift your focus, maybe look for interesting architecture or street art or a quiet little park you didn't notice before.
Your whole experience changes, even though the street itself hasn't changed.
Exactly. So strategic ignoring isn't about pretending bad stuff isn't there. It's about consciously choosing where you place your limited conscious attention. It's curating your mental landscape.
Well put. And that highlights the cost of failing to ignore, right? When we feel like we have to react to everything that comes our way.
Oh, yeah. Like every notification, every opinion someone throws out there.
Or getting sucked into comparing yourself on social media, or dwelling on past regrets you can't change.
Or stressing about a future that hasn't even happened.
All of that.
Yeah.
It leads to serious brain fatigue. It's like running too many programs at once on your computer.
The battery just drains.
Exactly. Performance crashes. This constant attempt to process and react to everything just wipes out our creative energy, our ability to think clearly, even our sense of joy.
That feeling of being mentally exhausted at the end of the day.
Often it's not because you did too much physically, but because you tried to process too much mentally. Your conscious brain just doesn't have the bandwidth for it all.
Which makes so much sense. But what's really fascinating, as you mentioned, is this isn't just a modern neuroscience thing.
Not at all. This wisdom is ancient.
Yeah, this idea of selective attention, this ignoring power,
Mm.
it has roots going back millennia, long before brain scans. We see it clearly in traditions like Zen Buddhism.
Absolutely. The Buddhist concept of upekkha speaks directly to this. It often gets translated as non-attachment or equanimity.
Okay, upekkha, but what does that actually mean? Because non-attachment can sound a bit cold.
That's a really common misconception, and it's important to clear it up. Upekkha isn't about being indifferent or suppressing your emotions or being unfeeling.
So it's not about pretending things don't hurt, bother you.
Not at all. In fact, genuine upekkha allows for deeper compassion because you're not getting completely overwhelmed by your own reactions.
Okay, so how does that work? If you're feeling something strongly, how do you practice this? Upekkha, without just stuffing the feeling down. That doesn't seem healthy either.
That's a great question. It's really about cultivating a kind of inner space, a distance from the immediate pull of every single thought or feeling. It's an active stance.
Active, not passive.
Right. Think of it like an internal choice, a quiet decision. Okay, I see this thought. I feel this emotion arising, anger, sadness, whatever it is.
You acknowledge it.
You acknowledge it fully. I choose to see this, hear this, feel this, but I also choose whether or not I'm going to get completely swept away by it.
Ah, okay. So you're not denying the wave, but you're choosing not to drown in it.
Exactly. It's a powerful tool for inner peace, especially when you're dealing with anxieties about things you genuinely cannot control. You observe the feeling, the situation, without being totally consumed by it.
Like watching clouds pass in the sky, rather than grabbing onto each one.
That's a perfect analogy. You let them arise, you notice them, and you let them pass without building your whole identity around them.
That reminds me of that quote from the Dhammapada, the ancient Buddhist text. All phenomena arise from the mind.
Mm-hmm. A profound statement.
It really points to how central our mind is in creating our experience. It's not just what happens out there, but how our mind engages with it, perceives it, reacts to it.
And that connects directly to the power of letting go, which the sources really emphasize.
Letting go. Another one that sounds simple but can be really hard.
It can be. But the key insight here is that letting go isn't just about being patient or resigned, like, oh, well, guess I have to put up with this.
It's something more active.
It's framed as the path to the deepest kind of freedom. Think about it. If you're someone who feels that strong need to control every outcome, every detail.
Which, let's be honest, is a lot of us.
Right. This ancient wisdom says true freedom isn't found by gripping tighter. It's found in loosening that grip.
Releasing the need to control what you can't control anyway.
Precisely. And focusing your energy instead on what you can influence, which is primarily your own internal state, your response, where you direct your attention.
It's like, you don't need to control everything. You just need to let go of the illusion that you can.
Exactly. It's liberating your mental energy from impossible tasks.
Okay, so this is where it gets practical. We've got the brain science, the filters. We've got the ancient wisdom, upekkha, letting go. How do we actually turn this into like a usable superpower in our daily lives?
Right. Bridging that gap from theory to practice. That's the goal.
Because understanding is one thing,
Yeah.
but actually doing it, living it, that's where the change happens.
Well, when you consciously practice this strategic ignoring, this letting go, our sources suggest it develops 3 core abilities within you. 3 game changers.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first is maybe the most fundamental in our noisy world. Learning to really distinguish between the other's voices and your own voice.
Ah, yeah, the external versus the internal. Others' voices being what, like society's expectations, what you see on social media.
Exactly. Expectations, comparisons, endless distractions, people's opinions, the shoulds and shouldn'ts, all that external chatter.
Okay, and then your own voice
Okay.
is that deeper sense of knowing your intuition, your actual priorities.
Your inner wisdom, your authentic self, what truly resonates with you, separate from all that noise, just being able to tell the difference, to consciously filter the external input from your internal compass, that's huge.
Yeah, I can see that. Like noticing when a notification pops up and thinking, is this my priority right now or someone else's demand on my attention?
Perfect example, that pause, that discernment, that's the first ability.
Okay, what's number 2?
The second is the capacity to consistently choose quiet and stillness within yourself.
Choosing quiet instead of just reacting.
Instead of getting instantly swept away by worry or anxiety or that reactive impulse to jump on every thought or situation, it's about actively creating that internal space, that calm center.
Even when things outside are chaotic.
Especially then, it might be super simple things like taking 3 conscious breaths before you reply to an email that triggered you.
Okay. Or maybe choosing 5 minutes of silence instead of immediately filling the space with podcast or music.
Exactly. Deliberately choosing internal calm over reactivity. That's the second ability, opting for stillness.
Makes sense. And the third ability.
The third is making letting go a regular habit, almost an unconscious reflex eventually.
So not just a big one-time, okay, I'm letting go of this huge thing,
Yeah.
but smaller, more frequent letting go.
Yes. It's an ongoing process, a mental muscle you build through daily practice. Little things. Letting go of that tiny worry about the weather tomorrow.
Yeah.
Letting go of needing everyone to agree with you or needing that colleague's approval on something you know you did well. It's that conscious release of the mental grip moment by moment.
Distinguishing voices, choosing stillness, and habitual letting go.
Those 3. And when you regularly practice these, the impact is genuinely transformative. Your mind just feels lighter, less burdened.
Less cluttered.
Yes, that mental clutter that just exhausts us starts to clear out.
And when that happens, when the noise level goes down and the clutter clears,
Yeah.
what emerges?
Well, that's the exciting part. Your natural creativity, which maybe felt blocked or stifled by all the fatigue and distraction,
Yeah.
it gets restored. It actually flourishes. You find you have more clarity. Ideas flow more easily. Problems don't seem quite so overwhelming.
Because you have the mental space back.
You have the mental energy and the emotional space to actually engage with what matters to you. You develop this really powerful, directed focus. You can channel your energy where you choose.
It really comes back to that idea. Let the mind be quiet.
So you can reclaim your focus.
And find your freedom.
Beautifully put.
So wrapping this up, the core message from this deep dive seems crystal clear. If we learn to consciously ignore the extra noise, the external stuff, the internal anxieties, we create space.
Essential space.
And in that space, we can actually hear what matters.
Yeah.
Our own voice, our purpose, the things that lead to real peace, and paradoxically, more productivity.
And it's so important to repeat, this ignoring isn't about being cold or shutting yourself off from the world. It's not indifference.
Right.
It's actually the opposite. It's the beginning of real freedom. Freedom from that constant loop of reaction and feeling overwhelmed. It lets you choose your response.
You become proactive rather than reactive.
Exactly. And the people who master this art, this strategic ignoring, they're the ones who really unlock their full potential for focus, for creativity, especially in this noisy world we live in.
It leaves us with a powerful question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If your focus truly creates your reality.
What reality are you creating right now?
Yeah. What noise, external or internal, will you consciously choose to let go of, starting today, to create the reality you actually desire?